see us. Let's
Howdy
turn the
ho.
music off. All right. Saturday morning or Southern Friday Saturday AM.
Wolf Nation.
Wolf Nation. Cornbread Man.
Biscuit Boy here.
Biscuit Boy. We had a camera issue, so we finally got that situated.
Yep.
And we hope you can come in and chat with us. We're out here in the cold streets of Ringgold.
Metal chair.
We're warming the chairs up.
Oh, yeah.
We're doing our civic duty.
Great coffee.
Great coffee.
Yeah. Hey, I hope everybody's having a great Saturday so far. We had a great time last night.
Mm-hmm.
We were at the Book and Barrel.
Corpse Wood.
Corpse Wood Manor. Murders.
Yeah.
And, of course, our friend...
Trenton, Georgia.
We're trying.
Tryon, Georgia.
Yeah,
Excuse me,
Tryon.
Tryon, Georgia. I just started with a T. I was close.
I remember that case and friends who had been out there and visited that place a lot. And when I first heard about this book signing and that her being Amy Petula, let me get the name right, that she went to law school at Georgia at the same time that McCracken Poston Jr. did, just a year behind. I did not realize until we got there and she started talking about it that was the case. I thought it was a different one.
I'd never heard of it, so.
Really? Well, I wouldn't have, I have read some stuff in the paper about it.
Right.
There's been some small stories, but really it was from people that I work with that had been lived down in that area and had, hunted that area and been in that area and been out there many times. And they told me how creepy it was. Weird and odd.
The two guys that were killed, it sounded to me like it was a combination crime, a hate crime and a robbery.
Yeah.
Because the people, they were gay, and the two guys, they lived out in the middle of nowhere, built a castle and all this stuff, but they thought they had money there.
And I didn't know that part of the story. I didn't remember it. I thought that they always just killed them out of the hate part.
Right.
I think that got more publicity than the fact that they were looking for money as well, or possessions.
From what I understand, Dave, what I took from it last night, what Amy was telling us, one of the guys that was in on the murders was intimately involved with one of the fellas, and I think there was some shame going on there.
It could be. It's got a bunch of weird parts to it, odd parts.
It does.
And
but there's also a paranormal.
There's a paranormal. People talked about. They even talked about people had taken bricks from the structure and many of them had brought them back.
Yeah, because
there's
all the
weird
stuff
things
started
to happen.
happening,
Weird things that happen to people that had been out there. Just a lot of odd, weird stuff. But anyway, the reason we bring that up is Amy's going to be on. Hey, Jake, Amy's going to be on the podcast with us here soon. And happy holidays to you too, my friend.
Happy holidays, Jake.
And hope you're doing well. Thank you for monitoring over there and moderating on Twitch for us. That's a blessing.
Yeah, it is.
Did you get my? I think you did. You got my new email that we sent out. But anyway, we've got two interviews coming up, and there's a couple others that are floating.
Yep.
But we've got another amazing story, Paul, is the Mary Fagan story, and her great niece, if you know that story, in Marietta, turn of the century, 1900.
We're gonna head down to check this one out.
We're going to go to the cemetery. We're going to go. We're going to take a day.
We got about a 2-day gap.
We need to go down there. We need to go to Corpsewood, and we need to go to Marietta. But Miss Mary Fagan Keene,
we could do both of those
in the same day.
Yeah,
we could do that.
Yeah,
that's what I was thinking. the case for Mary Fagan is ongoing. I didn't realize that they were.
Really?
There's a lot to that. I'm going to let her explain it, but she's going to be on the podcast with us December 22nd. That's a Monday night at 7 p.m. So we'll have to set that up. I've got to call her. And then we have another person, Holistic Health, that we're going to look at getting on after January.
Name's Bess Howard. She runs Wellness Revolution in Cleveland, Tennessee.
Yeah.
And she is amazing. I went from 250 to 180 pounds under her tutelage, but she got me on she got my body in good shape. I'll put it that way. Now, I put a lot of work in at the gym, to get it in this shape, but
yeah,
health-wise, she's amazing. Everybody should go see Bess, I think.
Yes, Jake, we do owe the wrestling fans 2 shows. Things got a little crazy and they've been going on, but I tell you what.
Wrestling?
We do a wrestling show.
We do?
Sunday night.
I'm learning a lot of new things.
Wrestling. Me and Jake,
Wrestling.
you're welcome to come along and talk. I talk old school wrestling. He talks new because I got away from it. But if you want to do that Sunday night, Jake, let me know.
Yeah, I'd love to get on there with you guys. I'm a Dusty Rhodes fan.
We do about, I don't know, 45 minutes to an hour or something like that. We'll talk wrestling news.
Bill Goldberg.
And we'll bring in some old clips and stuff too.
That's cool.
We'll do that. So
I'd
you're
like to
right,
get in
Jake.
on that.
That's a Sunday night or about 10ish. It's a little later, but you got to do something late.
Well, especially on Sunday.
Well, and I got it, and I need to do this week. Again, there was a health-wise, there was a bunch of technical issues, and then obviously, me and Rob not working together. He's doing his podcast, I'm doing mine. We had to switch some things around, so I've had to modify some of the schedule due to all those things. But kind of back on track. This weekend is kind of kicking that off.
Would you like another coffee, Dave? I gotta have another. Sorry, I gotta have another coffee.
Go ahead, man. It's good.
Be sitting over here nodding or something.
But we've got a couple of shows we need to get in. But Jake, yeah, and I hope you have a Merry Christmas, my friend, over in the great state of Mississippi. I don't know if it's going to be as cold over there as it is over here starting tomorrow night. Today it's actually going to warm up pretty nice. I think while we're sitting here, it's going to warm up 14 degrees just while we're here. And it's going to hit really nice, about 60. But then tomorrow, the high is like 34 here, and the low is like 18 or something crazy. So we're going to have 2 or 3 nights where it's going to dip down around 20 or right below. And it's going to be cold for us. Now, we're not in Siberia, so we're not looking at minus 55 or something like that. But I don't want to be in that. But we are going to get a cold snap here. Then it's going to kind of warm back up a little bit. But anyway, last night we had a good time, a great time. I want to thank the folks at Book and Barrel Bookstore who just welcomed us in with open arms. And we're going to do a live show from there in the next couple of weeks. We're going to go down through the week, and I'll just meet Paul down at the bookstore, and we're going to try to interview some folks in the bookstore, and we're going to talk about some of the books, and we'll highlight the bookstore for them. And they've just been gracious to be open like that, and that's what happens in small town America. There's people helping people. And last night you had a bunch of that. So you had a podcast that's helping people. They're helping the podcast. You got a bookstore. You got 3 authors that were in the room. I got to talk to 2 of them. The third I listened to. I have a little clip of his. I hope the sound. Oops, hit the tables. The clip. Their sound was a little bit low when it first started, so I don't know how. I've got to review that. But he has an interesting trilogy of books. He's from Jersey, but he came down and spoke for a few minutes and was selling books as well. And I kind of wish I had went ahead and bought the trilogy. I could have saved myself some shipping and got it $10 off by buying all 3. But I did buy the Cornbread Man book. I'm going to read that before Amy comes on and then we'll talk about the whole backdrop to that. Me and Paul will go down and get a video from the location, and then also we'll have video from the location of the resting place of Mary Fagan. I've been there before. We're going to go down, and I told her niece that we were going to go down, and she says she gets down as often as she can. She doesn't live in the area anymore. She lives up actually more north Georgia, northeast Georgia, where I'm northwest. Well, she's kind of northwest Georgia, but she's about an hour and a half away from me. And anyway, we're going to go down and just make sure the grave is clean and lay some flowers and pay our respects there as we keep this memory, because the story has become all about the other person and much less about Mary Fagan, little Mary Fagan. So anyway, we're excited about that. Excuse me. The coffee is good, burning out the cold. But we're looking forward to those things. And like I said, we have the holistic health lady to be coming in here. And we're going to do it right after the first year. We know people are busy during the holidays, and we don't want to disrupt their life to try to get them on. And but we definitely have some guests coming up, and we've got some new shows that are debuting soon. I'm hoping this coming week, next week, that we'll get those debuted and get everything else out. So hopefully the schedule is going to get back a little bit on track. We've stayed pretty close to it, but there's been a couple of modifications that we've done. Don't forget, the sports and racing show will be this coming Wednesday. We've had a lot of fun with that.
Sports and racing.
Dean, we've got to find out if he went and got his adult Happy Meal.
His adult Happy Meal.
You know, they're giving the Grinch socks. You know, the Grinch.
Who is?
At McDonald's, you buy the
a Happy Meal, McDonald's.
It has the socks in there, and I got to find out if he went and got that. And I told him, I said, you need to go by Burger King and get that SpongeBob one too. It's more for kids, but I was giving him a hard time.
Hey, did I ever show you the picture of that I took from the submarine when we were in Hawaii? I got a picture of SpongeBob.
Oh, really?
I did.
You'll have to send that to me. Don't do it now. We might disrupt the stream. But
I don't want to do that. But
definitely send that to me. And they sunk a ship out in this bay, and I guess about 80 foot deep, somewhere around in there. And we were cruising around, looking at sharks and all this different stuff. And I was looking at the ship, and in one of the portholes right there, somebody, a diver or something, had taken a toy SpongeBob and put him right there in that thing so that you'd see him. I don't know why it was so funny, but I started cracking up. Make sure we got you. I'm going to adjust here so if the camera shakes.
It's all good.
All right, Paul, we got to get down to business here.
Yep.
2 weeks ago.
Yep.
Or 3 weeks ago now.
Yep.
You might want to remind the folks about the story about the horses going in the water, the first part. And then he's going to share the second part of the horses in the ocean. Now, so go back, and I laughed so hard about the story because I didn't know what you're going to say.
Right.
But you and your lovely wife were down in the Caribbean, I think it was.
Jamaica.
We
were in Jamaica.
And you ride horses into the ocean.
Yes. And we had taken some of our business partners with us, that had reached certain goals, and when they reach those goals, we take them on a trip. So we get the horses, all saddled up. We ride into the ocean, and a lot of people don't know that when a horse goes into water, their tail raises up and they just start pooping. I don't know if it's just salt water or what, but you're riding in there and you start seeing this cloud and then these little balls floating around everywhere, and then you realize you're right in the middle of that stuff. And so you need to go.
I guess you want to be the lead horse.
You do definitely want to be the lead horse, But, while we were in there, we got our pictures made and everything. And my horse and my wife's horse did not like one another. Mine was always trying to bite the horse, and they were fighting. So we get out of the water, and saddles are made out of leather.
Yeah, they are.
And when leather gets wet, it'll stretch. Well, I wasn't thinking about this, and the girth strap on the saddle was made out of leather. Well, I think a whole lot about it, but the whole time we were in the water, the horse kept pooching his stomach out, and what he was doing was stretching that leather. So we get out, and my wife takes off on her horse, and mine, I kick him, we take off, and I get maybe, 15, 20 feet, and then I'm sideways on the horse. The saddle just went sideways on the horse. So I grab a hold of the horse's neck, and he's still running, and it was hilarious. I look like a spider monkey.
And she has no idea this is
No
going
idea.
on.
No idea. Now, the guys that, run the thing, they were mortified. And one of them was trying to catch me to help me, but I finally got the horse stopped, But I looked like a spider monkey on that thing, trying to get back up. But that was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun. No major injuries, no broken bones. I busted my nose when I hit the horse with my head. But I think everybody should try it. It's a fun time.
You always have to readjust that thing,
And I know that. I've been riding horses since I was 3.
And I'm not an expert, but I know that they will, they'll get suck air and gas and whatever else, and you got to, every once in a while you got to get off and readjust.
You got to tighten it up. I
imagine, they don't. After a while, they don't like it. So.
Well, I like a spirited horse. And
I just have this image of you holding onto his neck.
Yeah,
for dear life.
And he's running wide open.
Yeah, it looked like something out of the Wild West.
To him. Yeah, definitely. But
like one of those movies where they're running from the Indians or whatever, and
right.
The guy's saddle comes loose or something. He's having to hold on to the horse, or they don't have a saddle. Just hold on.
Well, some of them, they used to go over sideways on the horse and shoot them under the neck. I could have definitely done that.
I just wonder, what was the conversation when y'all finally all got stopped? Did somebody go, "Hey, dude"?
Well,
what was that move you were doing?
The guy that run the place, he said, "I have never seen anything like that since I've been doing this."
And of course it would happen to you.
Well, I, aside from, wetting my britches a little bit, nothing. I just
Tell me there's video of that.
No, there's not.
Oh, that would be great.
I wish I had video of that. There's a lot of things I wish I had video of, but
oh man.
Yeah.
What kind of a horse was he? Do you remember?
Just a trail horse. I mean, if I had to guess, I would say he was a saddlebred. Yeah.
Oh, and your wife missed it. She was along.
She was gone. But
what she had? What now? Did y'all have any other family with you? Or was it just the clients, the partners?
Right. We had. Let's see, who was with us in Jamaica? Yeah, it was just our business partners.
I was thinking if you had grandkids or something.
No, the grandkids weren't with us on that trip. How you guys this morning?
I was just thinking if you had grandkids that were when that poop started flying out of them horses, what they would have thought.
There was one of our business partners, a female. She tried to stand up on the saddle. Literally, she got up on top of the horse, got her feet up there, and was standing up on the saddle, screaming, "There's poo in the water!" She wasn't saying poo either, but yeah.
I was in this rodeo once for missions, and they first time I'd ever been on a horse, and I stayed in the saddle. It wasn't too crazy, but we did do some barrel runs, and we did do pushing the cattle and everything. But there was a guy there, and he was like a hunting guide. I mean, like this guy, he hunted, he fished, he was a paid guide before he went into missions.
That's what I want to
But
do.
he never had rode a horse.
Really?
And I had never rode a horse. So he starts going, I don't know about this. I don't know about riding a horse. So he backs out, and this is bad. This is bad. His wife takes his place. And she's never rode
His
a horse.
wife?
She's never rode a horse. And she's out there, dude, and she is smoking people, man. I mean, like,
Wow.
she just took to it. Like, some people are just natural.
Oh, yeah.
And
yeah.
she's on that horse, and she's competitive. So she wanted to win. And now he did compete in some of the other stuff, but the rodeo stuff, he didn't do nothing. And the Cowboys, it's a macho kind of thing. I mean, the Cowboys are like, come on, dude. I mean, your wife, she was killing it. But, it was like, it was not a good look for her.
Don't
to back
let
out.
her outdo you, man.
And I mean, all the women rode. It wasn't a sexist thing or anything like that.
Right.
It was more like, come on, dude, you could have got on the horse.
Right.
I mean, her star rose. Like, they're like, she
Oh, I can
rocked
only
it.
imagine.
And
yeah.
he was like, well, you didn't ride the horse, because he was trying to say something in her about how she, the competition, or they said, hey man, you don't have a voice here. You didn't get on the horse. Like, you got on the horse, you got an argument. You're not on the horse.
Shame. Shame on you.
They told his wife, you get to decide. Because I forget what it was, but I said she got on the horse, so you got to man up, as they say.
Well, that's true.
Man or woman.
You gotta have a pair sometimes.
And they said Dave's never been on a horse, and he rode all the way through.
Right.
I was scared to death. Actually, I had fun, but I was afraid that. If you've never rode a horse, they're powerful beasts.
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
you feel those muscles and everything.
Yep.
And you're not stopping it unless it really wants to stop. I mean, you can pull on the reins and everything, but some of them are spirited like that,
Did I ever tell you about Balaam?
I don't think so.
Balaam was a mule that they wanted to train to trail ride. And that's what I used to do. I grew up training horses.
Okay.
So this was my senior year in high school. And this mule was mean and ornery. He was just, we didn't get along. So the first time I put a saddle on him, he just went nuts. He was going everywhere, and I was holding on to the rope, holding him down. But I got him in the round pen, started working him with a saddle on. And eventually I got on him. Well, I figured that we were going to go for a ride. He didn't do nothing. He sat down. I mean, literally sat down. And, you've seen the pictures of the mules, they'll just sit down with it. That's what he did with me on his back.
We ain't going nowhere.
I had to get a logging chain and put it around his neck and hook him up to a Massey Ferguson tractor and drug him. He was locked. I mean, and he finally got up and started walking. I went through this for a couple of months trying to do this, and then I had to get him to cross the creek to get on the trails, and he did not want to cross that creek. I drug him through the water across the creek with a logging chain around his neck. Now, listen, PETA, don't come after me. This was many years ago, but I wasn't being cruel. Too bad. But anyway,
You will cross the creek.
I finally got him to where he would go across the creek. So me and a few other people, I was going to take him on the inaugural ride. Okay.
Yeah.
First time, getting him out on the trail. Sure enough, everything's going perfect. And all of a sudden, he takes off running. And I can't stop him. I'm pulling on him and he won't stop. There are two pine trees side by side, and there's enough room for him to fit through, not me.
Yeah.
On my legs.
Yeah.
And he's running right for those trees. He's trying to get me off his back. He wanted to hurt me. So I just let him run. Right before we got to those trees, I grabbed the reins and jerked his head around sideways, and he nailed that tree. Bam! Knocked him out cold. Threw me off. I went between the trees, fortunately, and rolled. He was laying down. It knocked him out cold. And when he got up, I let him, he looked at, I was standing right there over him. he looked at me. He couldn't figure out what was going on. He shook his head and he got up. The horse was the best trail horse from that point on, or the mule. He wasn't a horse, half horse. Yeah, he was the best, and he was strong. I mean, really strong.
They call that a come to Jesus moment.
That was definitely a come to Jesus moment for him. I thought he was going to kill me.
Good morning, broski. This is Biscuit Boy. Yeah, it's Paul LeBron.
What's up, broski?
He said didn't know your first name, so.
I've been called many things.
Oh man, I could just see that horse looking at me like, what happened?
Yeah.
I was gonna knock you off my back.
I thought it had killed him at first. Because, I mean, he dropped like a sack of taters. But,
There's just this, the history, well, of the world, but the history of America is filled with, the horse is a common theme. I mean,
yes.
We think about the movies, or we think about Marlboro Man or whatever. I mean, horse, Old West.
Yep.
And even during war, there's this, during the war between the states, the cavalry was, an amazing thing. I mean, they were.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, heavy horse, going back years, centuries.
Yeah.
They were unbeatable.
So, I mean, they could ride in, they could dismount. They had those that would dismount and fight like infantry.
Right.
But they could cover a lot of ground quickly because they were cavalry. So cavalry was pretty critical, and always has been, but it certainly was then. But
yeah, they were like the blitzkrieg.
But the early war, the Southern men were definitely better horse riders, and it played to their advantage. As the war went on, you just get better at what you're doing, and the Union cavalry got better. But there were all kinds of escapades of things that man and horse did, and daring feats during the war. But I was trying to think of the cavalry general. I just went blank in my head. The General Forrest from Mississippi.
Nathan Bedford.
Yeah, well, he got shot 5 times, during the war. Card games, in battle. I mean, this guy.
He was a tough fella.
People thought he couldn't be killed. I mean, he was just so tough.
Well, it was like Washington. You remember the story about Washington? When he met the old Indian chief, he said, you couldn't be killed. We shot everything at you. So
General Sherman was afraid of Forrest. He called him that devil Forrest. And
oh, wow.
But you got to imagine.
Sherman did?
He had dreams that he was going to come in there and kill him into his camp. Well, one night, Forrest they're out, and he runs, he didn't mean to at that point, I don't think. They ran into the camp where he's at. Forrest grabs up a Union soldier and uses him as a shield as he's riding back out.
Yeah.
That freaked Sherman out. Like, what?
I bet.
You see a guy come in, and he was shot too. I mean, you see him get shot, you see him grab a guy up. You don't mess with a guy like that.
Can you imagine somebody on a horse holding a fella? I mean, that's like beating somebody up with somebody. You know what I mean?
I always imagine what the guy was thinking that got grabbed up. Like, okay,
no joke.
I'm not going to live here for another minute or two. Well, they say, I think it was his brother got killed, and he got angry.
Sherman's?
It's kind of like the Incredible Hulk. Yeah. No, Forrest.
Oh, okay.
And he went out ahead of his men and went on a revenge. Like, I'm killing all you blanks.
Wow.
You killed my brother, and they had to go in. But he was outnumbered. To go in and rescue him, because there were so many. He just ran into the enemy. Like, he's going out. But his men, he wanted his men to be more afraid of him than the enemy.
They wanted to be larger than life.
So they would not run.
Yeah.
They would fight. The fight was ahead, not behind. He was the kind of guy that didn't know the word retreat. It was like, you have Marine mentality. I love studying about the guy.
Have you ever seen the movie Princess Bride?
Some of it. I don't know that I've ever saw
all of it. Popped in my head. Inigo Montoya, the Spanishman, he was in, anyway. That was his whole thing. The 6-fingered man had killed his dad.
Yeah.
And he practiced exactly what he was going to tell him. He said, my name is Inigo Montoya. You killed my father. Prepare to die.
Brusky says horses are all muscle. They sure are. Powerful beasts. They really
Hey,
are.
Broski, you ought to hop on one that's never been hopped on. That's when the fun begins. And if you want to go further than that, the first bull I ever rode, we used to go out in the field and jump on cows. See how long we could stay on. That was, just something that we did for fun. The first time I got on a bull, and when they opened that gate, he went out and did a flip. It felt like he was a gymnast. It was amazing, the power of those things. But yeah, strapping yourself to a 2,000-pound bull you got to be a lunatic to do it anyway.
He was a shorter guy.
Yeah.
Vertically challenged, as they say.
There you go.
He was a painter. He was from Chicago.
Right.
But he moved down. He lived a street over from me.
Did he paint curbs?
Yeah. Well, he painted some high-dollar homes. He got into the ritzy side of Lookout Mountain Signal and all that. He was I helped him do a job. And I'm not a painter, but we all helped him do this job for an insurance guy that bought this house on Lookout, and he wanted to, strip back down the wood,
right,
and painted. And it didn't matter what price he said. He'd go in, he'd just start calling out numbers. They never wavered out. In fact, it was a badge of honor for him to spend more. They could tell their neighbors, well, I spent more than you.
Yeah.
But anyway, his neighbor had a horse. One horse. Not a, it's not a farm. This is nobody would mess with this guy, though, because he was the kind of guy that would tell you.
He had a backyard with a horse in it, pretty much.
Yeah, a backyard with a horse in it.
Okay.
And anyway, this guy comes in and he lived side by side. Well, he turns to go up his driveway because this guy was kind of like a little bit down, and then he had to go up a hill a little bit to get to his house.
Right.
Well, he turns in. The horse had got loose. The horse tried to jump the car.
Oh, wow.
And I think
How'd that work out?
he smashed through the windshield.
I can only imagine.
And the guy fixed everything.
Did it hurt the horse?
It didn't hurt the horse.
Good.
But
good.
It hurt. The dude was hurt because it scared him to death. He was like.
They have to clean his britches.
I think so. It's like.
I bet.
It's dark, and nobody knew the horse was out. And I guess it just spooked the horse or something. I don't know why, or maybe he was right there close, and he was just, ran the wrong way or something. But he definitely, put it. You can just imagine you're driving along, and all of a sudden the horse's
is
leg
in your windshield.
is in your windshield.
Yeah.
And he drove like a cavalier, dude.
Well, a cavalier horse, that's awesome. What better vehicle to be in? Wow.
Oh man, I didn't see it. They told me about it. He told me about it. He's like, yeah, man, I got this Chicago accent,
Right.
A car full of horse.
My goodness.
They come and got him and tied him back up. And
Right.
I don't think any insurance was changed hands. The dude just fixed it. He didn't want no trouble. But I really lived around some characters, man. I'm telling you, growing up. This guy that owned the horse, he was the kind of guy that if he didn't want somebody moving in his neighborhood, like he didn't like their kind, whatever that may be, he would go tell them while they were looking. He'd say, you don't want to live here. And they'd say, well, yeah, we think we do. And he'd say, no, you don't.
No, you don't.
And they would say, this is America. You can't stop us. He's the kind of guy that would say,
put a cross in their front yard and set it on fire?
No, he would just tell them he'd kill them.
Oh.
He was that kind of guy. He told them. He said,
wow.
You move in here. He said, you're planning your funeral. And they said, well, we'll call the law. He said, well, you'll be dead and I'll be in jail, but I'm willing to do the time. Are you willing to die? That's the way the guy was. He didn't play. I think he's dead now.
My question to him would be, are you willing to die? You got to remember. When you're doing it against a tree or a target or something like that, they don't shoot back. Big difference when bullets are coming at you.
Oh yeah.
So
a little crazy,
Yep.
But there's just people like that in the world, and
there are.
You have to. Well, you got two options. You can either move in, or you can you can fight it out.
What would you do, Dave? What would you do?
Well, if it depends on how bad I wanted to live there.
To me,
I probably wouldn't back. I'm not a guy to back down from stuff.
If I were a bachelor at the time,
Yeah, I mean, if I had kids and stuff, I think,
yeah,
I don't want to deal with this,
No.
you know. But
I don't want to put my family in. But if I was by myself,
yeah,
different story.
mean-
It's on, game on.
yeah,
What you got?
it's just, you know, and it's no matter where you live. I mean, you can live anywhere. You can live shore to shore, you know, east, west, north, or south. It don't
Yeah.
matter. There's always places in America where there's communities where we don't want you here. You
Well,
know?
there's also a lot of
And
mentally ill people in this world.
You got to make a decision on how bad you want to fight that fight. And it's not just here; it's around the world. I mean, so you know, not everybody was like it. It was just him. He just looked
Right.
at that street as like his place, and like, you know, if he didn't like the kind of company that was going to,
He was like a male Karen.
I have to admit that I
What-
like
what
watching
would-
those videos.
What would you call a man Karen? A Darren? I guess that's what we'll start calling men Karens, or is Darren. They're Darrens. Hey. How many miles y'all run today?
7 so far.
You go, girl.
Wow.
7 miles. Whew. I don't think I could run 7 yards.
Oh man, I think she's out here every Saturday. We
She
come.
is.
I think I remember
Every
seeing her.
Saturday. I remember the dog.
Oh, it's good, and people get out and they enjoy the weather and the beautiful scenery. And
Hey, y'all got any topics you'd like to talk about?
yeah, just let us know. We got a
Let us
few in
know.
here.
Yeah.
We appreciate everybody stopping by.
We just sit here and run our mouths all day long, you know?
Yeah, it's a beautiful day. The
It
sun's
is.
coming up. Mostly blue skies. It's warming up. I can already feel it.
Still see the frost on the roof
Yeah.
over there because the sun hadn't
You
hit
can.
it yet.
Y'all have heard the chimes behind us. I love how they do that in the city.
Yeah.
The Christmas lights. We were here last night, and it's really pretty.
Oh, it's gorgeous.
In the city.
Yeah.
They've got stuff decorated all over, and all your little communities do that. It's just the only one, but it is a beautiful location.
Yeah.
And we were checking out because we're hoping after the new year starts, I think it's around February, they start the little marketplace down here.
Right. Yeah. It's
And
right
we're
behind us.
Yeah, it's right
Over
behind
here.
us,
Yeah.
and we're hoping to set up over there and talk to vendors.
What was the name of the place that we were at last night? The Depot or
Well, it's Depot Street, but it's
Right.
Book and Barrel.
Book and Barrel?
Book and Barrel book store.
Hey, that's a really nice place. If you guys have never been to Book and Barrel in Ringgold, Georgia, you ought to try them out.
Yeah, they were. We had 3 authors in the house, and they were.
Yeah.
There's also a meat place behind that was giving out free samples, so that just.
Yeah, they had a
advertising.
charcuterie board and everything.
And
going on
but
there.
they got a little wine going on.
Yeah.
I don't partake of that, but it was a author and 3 authors and pretty much all 3 got to share their story about their books and stuff.
Right.
It was a great setting. It's very, I've been in bookstores that feel a little stiff. It feels like almost like the school library, which is okay.
Right.
But this had a very homey feeling. I mean, the
Very
top,
comfortable.
the type of seating they had.
Yep.
They had different decorations. They even had plants for sale in there.
Yeah.
And it just felt relaxed. Like you could sit down and talk and have a conversation and lose track of time. That kind of place,
Right.
And it looked like it was packed out.
Yeah.
I was more there than I thought was going to be there.
Yeah,
And
I would say there was at least 50 people there or more.
I think between the,
and that's pretty big for that little place.
I'm sure a lot of those people, some of them probably, they come there a lot. Some may have
Right.
never been there before.
Yeah.
They like this story, or they, or they just like her as an author or whatever. But
Yeah.
this story has a lot of odd things to it, man. I mean, we're talking about Church of Satan. He's got gargoyle hanging up. I mean,
Yeah.
they got the crazy lifestyle going on.
Yeah, the
It's-
pentagram
they're in the
on
middle
their
of nowhere.
Volkswagen bus or whatever it was,
And they got, you got a murder,
But these guys were highly educated.
highly
Well,
educated,
Yeah.
12,000 hits of LSD in the home.
12,000.
Crazy. I mean, how do you?
I mean, that's enough to get the United States Army fried.
Can you imagine being
Say-
pulled over by the police and they have 12, and you're a college professor type person, and you pull
Yeah.
over and you have 12,000 hits of LSD in the car. I mean, they had to transport it down here. And
Wow.
they didn't really. They had a little money, but not at the house. It was all in the bank, whatever they
It's all
had.
tied up in LSD.
And they weren't Satanists. They just gave to that. You know, what I mean,
Well,
I think
one of
they
the
were-
guys had connections to Timothy LaVey or whatever, Anton LaVey.
Anton, yeah.
Anton LaVey, you know, over the Satan Church, the guy, whatever.
yeah, he gave money towards it, but they don't really.
Weren't partakers.
It's a
or
little
whatever.
mystery there.
Yeah.
There was no evidence they were like having Satan meetings or something, but they definitely weren't. You know, they definitely weren't Christian.
Right.
I don't know. They were just. It was just an odd story, and weird
It's
things
intriguing.
have happened. Well, yeah, people that they talking about their wheels falling off, transmissions falling out of their car.
Yeah,
that had
that was,
visited there. That
complete
tripped me out.
transmission. Boom. That's something that don't happen every day.
I mean, it creeps a lot of people out even to this day.
Well, you know, you were talking earlier about the bricks.
Yeah, the bricks.
People would go, you know, after the murders, people would go check it out, and they'd take bricks from the castle that the guy had built. They called it a castle, and weird things started happening to these people that had taken these bricks, and they brought them back.
Yeah.
Here we don't, you know, I
Yeah,
don't
bad,
need this.
bad things are happening.
Yeah, it's
Did
kind,
you see
kind
the
of like King
pictures?
Tut's tomb. you
Yeah,
know?
did you see the pictures they were sending around?
No, I did not get. To
There
see
was a
that.
couple of pictures. They were just, you know, pictures of it before, because it's all collapsed. I think there's just the foundation and maybe a couple of things left.
Right.
But it showed it, and it was less straight. And these guys built this, having
no construction.
They did not know what they were doing,
Yeah.
and they just built it. And they had, what do they call it, the chicken room, the chicken coop, or in the house.
Something like that. Yeah, it's weird.
And,
what I understand, the house was broken up into 4 sections.
Yeah.
2 stories, one side upstairs, one side and another.
It's just
Weird.
it's just a weird,
Yeah.
weird, odd story. And the more you learn about it, the weirder it gets.
Yeah, and it happened right here in our backyard.
Yeah, I mean it's
You know?
it's like right here. I mean it's you know, and that's not the only weird, odd story. We've had Finster, which is the art guy from down in the same area. That was kind of an odd story as well.
Right.
But I bet every small town probably has an odd, murder or story
Some
or
kind
weirdness.
of story.
I mean, just because of the total depravity of man, there's weird stuff that goes on, and
Yeah. Yeah.
but I like the fact that somebody went out and did a lot of research and tried to find out the story, a little bit deeper and share with us. But we're going to have her on and let her talk about that. And I want to talk to her about the ghost tours
Right.
that she is successful at in Chattanooga. So it would be interesting to see.
That
But-
would be an adventure.
One thing that came out of last night, though, was the dude that said he saw him as a ghost. Did you catch that part?
Yes.
That was creepy.
He was inside, sitting at a table or something like that,
Yeah.
and guy talked to him. And then they
Creepy.
showed him a picture of the 2 guys that were murdered, and he said, "Wait a minute, that was him."
Yeah, well, the one guy at the time, she didn't realize that wasn't the other guy. He goes, "Well, I know that guy, but I definitely talked to that guy."
Right.
And that was Charles.
And he was dead.
Crazy stuff, though, man. I mean, I was like, it kind of make the hair stand on your back of your neck a little bit.
Well, there's a lot of things in this world that we don't understand.
Yeah.
And just because we don't understand it doesn't mean that it ain't happening. You know?
It's just wild.
What's up?
You talking to the car?
Yeah.
I mean, the horn goes off.
Yeah,
Talking about weird. What are you doing, dude?
yeah. Well,
Car honks its horn. Hey,
what's up, Herbie?
Herbie the love bug.
Oh, man.
Oh man, I've missed I'm having a hard time seeing the screen right now with the
Yeah, the
sun.
sun's kind of bright.
So if I haven't responded to your message, I can't see it.
There
I'll get it in a second. But oh man,
I want to give a shout out. I don't know if she's watching or not, but the lady that cuts my hair told her about the show. She said she was going to watch.
well, we hope she made it in.
Her name
and
is Santi.
Santi. Hello.
Yeah,
if you're out there.
I might have butchered that name, but it's
Santi.
very, very possible that I butchered it. But anyway,
Sante or
thank you for cutting
Santi?
my hair. You do a great
Santi?
job. Santi,
Santi,
something like that.
something like that. Well,
So-
we hope that she made it in. Yeah, I have people all the time. They'll say, "Hey, I saw your show," and they don't say nothing. They like to watch. They don't like to
Right.
chat.
Right.
And so I never see them there unless they put their name in. We see numbers. We don't see the person's name. And sometimes we have people chatting
Right.
and it don't show up in StreamYard, so we don't even know they chatted after the show, and I
Well,
respond to them.
I would love to eventually get to the point where we could have a call-in
We
show.
we
You
could
know
do
what
it.
I
It's a
mean?
little harder with StreamYard, but
Right.
I'm working towards that.
And you could call in on whatever on
We'll-
your computer.
we'll-
I say I don't know all the terminology.
We'll put the headsets on and be able to do that and
Yeah.
converse with you. We can do it through our MP3 site, Podbean,
Okay.
but it wouldn't be. I mean, I can run it as a companion. The only problem would be if when they called in, the other people wouldn't hear them; they'd hear
Right.
us.
I got you.
But we could get brief, things where you could say, "Hey, I'm on the line with Jake," and Jake asked this.
State Farm.
Uh,
Yep. Jake from State Farm. But yeah, I would love to be able, if you guys have topics, that you want to discuss, if you have thoughts you want to throw out there, this is kind of like a round table, you know what I mean?
yeah, I mean everything from horses going to the ocean and tails going up and pooping
Exactly.
to the powerful healing abilities of nicotine, which you've been talking about.
It definitely works. Well, I made a doctor mad the other day. I had already.
Have a good day.
I had already, I don't know, kind of called her out about the whole COVID, the Fauci ouchie. And then the more and more evidence is coming out every day that it's just bad for you. It's a bunch of venoms, that they're sticking in people's body with nanotechnology and stuff. And it doesn't do you any good. It does more harm than good.
And they got mad, huh?
Yes, but I was telling her about nicotine and how nicotine will knock COVID out. If you have long symptoms, whatever they call that, from nicotine.
Long COVID.
Yeah. Get a 7 milligram nicotine patch box. Get you enough for 2 weeks. It'll be gone in a week. But just start putting one between your shoulder blades every day. Or have somebody put one between your shoulder blades every day. I wear a nicotine patch on my shoulder every day.
Do you do the blue? What do they call it? The blue.
Methylene
Methylene,
blue.
do you do that?
I
Methylene?
can't. I started.
Oh, that's right. You told me you couldn't do that.
Yeah, I did it for a while, and I started having these migraine headaches, and it was because of the interaction it had with one of the medications that I was taking. I was getting a serotonin syndrome,
Oh, okay.
which can be a bad thing.
Yeah.
So I stopped taking it.
Yeah, you don't want that.
Nope. But yeah,
I know people that. I mean, one of the big podcasters on Rumble. He has. He's in with holistic health, and that's one of
Yep.
the things he advertises for. Is that?
oh, it's tremendous. My wife's on it. She loves it.
Yeah.
It's amazing stuff. We're both taking BPC 157, and you need to mix that with TB 500. It's amazing. It gets down to the mitochondrial level of your DNA and just starts rewriting the things that have been broken, and you start getting new neuron pathways, and it's amazing what it does. How it heals the body. This started off for the military, so military always has things first. But what it was for is when they got hurt, on the battlefield, they could give them this and they would heal quickly. Kind of like Wolverine. They call it the Wolverine peptide,
Yeah.
and it works.
Well, Big Pharma, they don't like anything that heals you quick.
No,
They
they
want
don't
you
want
on-
a cure.
They
for
want
nothing.
you on a maintenance medication
That's right.
that you're going to take forever, and they're going to make a lot of money off of that.
I had shingles, and this is what upset the doctor a couple of months ago. I dried it up in 5 days with nicotine, ivermectin, and fenbendazole. Those 3 things.
Wow. Yeah, that
Knocked it out.
and we're going to have the holistic person on here at first year,
Yep.
like we said.
Bess
And,
Howard.
we're looking forward to having her on.
Yeah.
And hopefully on a regular basis. We would like to do that and just talk about some of these things, and
Just help people.
we'll do that in studio and get you questions ready. And for all of our guests that are coming up, like I say, the authors, get your questions together about Corpsewood Manor or Mary Fagan, that interview, and then obviously this and others that we'll be having. Get your questions out. There were some good questions last night during the authors talk about some of that stuff. People obviously had an interest in it as it's a local legend, really. But people had heard rumors. There's all these myths and rumors and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
And I thought she was pretty fair to everything to say, this is what I have discovered. I've heard that. She never said.
She wasn't too far out there.
She never said this definitely didn't happen.
Right.
She would say I didn't find evidence of it, or I found a little evidence of it.
Right.
Or this is what the prevailing thought is, which was nice,
Yeah, leave it up to the person to come up with
there
their
wasn't.
own
She
opinion.
wasn't talking, way like you say, way right, way left, crazy stuff.
Matter of factly about weird
arguing
things.
with people. It's not. She was very good like that.
Yeah.
You could tell she's a lawyer
Yeah,
because they have that ability to do that.
and she could have went on and on and on, I believe.
And McCracken was cracking me up, man, when he said, because it's a kinky story, but there was the sex room.
Yeah.
And was it above the chicken, or the chickens were? I think it was above the chickens.
Above the chicken coop.
And he right in the middle of this thing, he says, everybody wants their sex room
above a chicken coop.
Just being funny. I like to fell out of my chair when he said that.
I started to say something, but it would not have been appropriate for me to say, so I didn't.
There was so many things that popped into my mind when he said that. I was like, wow, he's talking about a mic drop.
No joke.
Oh, he was fascinating, That guy, he really should have his own radio show.
Ken he's funny. He's smart.
He has dry humor,
he
man,
does.
and he's
and that's right up our alley. We love that dry humor.
He talks about. I think he was enjoying having wine and at his thing. I don't know if he drank any, but he said it 2 or 3 times. Yeah, but we have this right here in Ringo. Can you imagine that? Meaning conservative town.
Right in the heart.
That they were able to do that,
And there's a winery right across the street from where we're sitting here.
There is.
This used to be a dry county.
Yeah, well, there's now liquor stores and everything around.
Yeah.
I mean, it's changed since I was a kid. I mean, it definitely has.
Most definitely.
Things have changed a lot.
By the way, Dave, we have become, or you have got us in with a group that's going to let us try out different camping equipment.
Yeah, camping, hiking.
Yeah, who is that with?
It's
I shouldn't ask you. That's me.
Well, we've got something on the way we're going to try, and when we do, we'll advertise a lot for them, and we're going to give a review.
Right.
But it's
and I'm going alligator hunting.
it's OST, and I'm trying to think of what that stands for. But we're going to get it. We've got a headlamp in that's on the way. It's shipped yesterday, and we're going to get that in, and we're going to put it through its paces.
And I will have video of the alligator hunt. But we are going alligator hunting right after Christmas.
I can't wait.
Yep.
That's awesome. Let's see what
I can't take Howie with me,
Broski
though.
said here. Let me see if I can see this. Broski said, a male Karen is a kin.
A kin. Okay.
Oh.
Not a
and,
Darren, but a kin.
My nephew cured his cancer with apricot pits.
Yes.
So,
Apricot pits
sorry, I
are
had to get
amazing.
close in to see that.
Apricot pits are amazing. So is oregano oil and black seed oil. Those 2 things will cleanse you of all parasites. And, I do a parasite cleanse every month for a week.
Yeah.
I do a parasite cleanse. And I want to tell you, if it's done right, you'll be amazed at what comes out of your body. I know it's kind of gross to talk about, because there's
I know
really...
it's funny. It's not funny. It's true, but I was just thinking.
Well, there's really only one exit that they come out of. you know, and
It reminds me of, if you've ever had to do a colonoscopy, and
yeah.
that's one of those days you don't want any visitors. There's a lot comes out.
Yes, and the funny thing about colonoscopies, when normally they'll do two different things. They'll do a colonoscopy and then they'll do an upper GI. And I told the doctor, I said, you better not use the same tube. I don't want to wake up with a bad taste in my mouth. He thought that was funny.
When I went, and I don't have to go, I think I'm good for another. It's 5 years. I think it was 65. I gotta go back. But anyway,
I like afterwards when they make you lay on your side and they have a nurse. Her job is to hear you fart. That's her job.
What was I to say?
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, I was going to tell you about a guy.
Yeah.
Anyway, they had a side door when I went. Like you didn't go back through the waiting area.
Right.
Because you do that a bunch.
Oh, yeah.
But there was a guy, he used to be my supervisor, and he went, and they noticed he was trying to hold it in. They said, let it go. Let her rip, tater chip. You will be hurting. You got to let it go.
Yeah.
And so
they pump air in there to expand so they can see better.
Yeah, so he was he did in there, but he was trying to get through the waiting area without doing it. He had to go back through the packed waiting area, and he couldn't hold it, and it went out. And somebody laughed, and he turned around and he said, "Don't worry, you're next.
Yeah,
you'll be doing it too."
Yeah.
He said he did it out the rest of the way out the door because she laughed.
Got the trotting farts going on there every time you take a step.
I went straight somewhere and ate. I thought I'm probably gonna feel bad, but I was like, no, let's eat.
Hey, I woke up in the middle of a colonoscopy.
Oh, that wouldn't be good.
It was weird.
Good morning.
How you doing, ladies?
That would not be good.
Seriously, I came to and I was laying there looking at the nurse, and she looked down at me, and her eyes got real big. She said to the anesthesiologist, "Did you know he's awake?" And the anesthesiologist said, "What?" And he looked down, I looked up at him, and he did something, and I was right back up. Yep.
Oh my gosh, it cracked me up. Paul, you need to talk about the Ascending Group. We're going to be getting off of here soon, and
wow.
We haven't mentioned anything about this wonderful ability to bless people and help people called the Ascending Group, and we need to cover that.
Well, if you're interested in a financial education, that is one of the things that we love to do. We love to educate people. Unfortunately, there's not a lot of education in this country as far as primary schools go. But yeah, we love to educate people. We like to show them what the wealthy do with their money to grow, save, and protect it. And most people have no idea, that these options are out there. They don't know that they can have a tax-free retirement. Has anybody ever told you that through your life, that you can have a tax-free retirement?
You don't hear them talk about that much or at all.
Where you can get 10-15% growth on your money, or you can have bonuses. Some of the companies we work with have 15-20% bonus when you open up an account with them. And so you put $100,000 in, they'll give you $20,000. Who does that?
Yeah.
But that's one way we help people, with these bonuses, get some debt paid off and different things. You have participation rates in some of the products that are as high as 300%. They're amazing what you can do and how you can grow your money for retirement, because a lot of people think, I got $1 million. $1 million ain't a lot of money anymore.
Not anymore, no.
$1 million, if used properly, you could live off of 10% every year. That's $100,000. Most people could live off of $100,000. So with that million, we can show you how to never run out of money.
Yeah.
You'll have money until the day you die, and then when you die, that remainder is passed on.
If we had truly had the financial education.
Mm-hmm.
Really, unless somebody just wanted to, everybody in America, everybody could be retired by the age of 45.
Yeah.
They don't start
They
early
have to,
enough.
that's exactly.
They waste the early years.
Because that's the power of compound interest.
Yeah.
You waste all of those years that you could be taking advantage of compound interest. You know, Albert Einstein said that compound interest should be the eighth wonder of the world.
Yeah. And it truly is amazing.
Yeah.
And people just, you know, because of not trusting stuff, you know, people want to, the old, you know, put it under your mattress or
Yeah.
bury it in the backyard and all that.
Yeah.
But there's people who have money never use their own money for stuff. They use other people's money. I mean, that's what they do. I mean, the rich of the world, they don't spend their own money.
No.
They're using everybody else's money.
You know,
because they figure this stuff out.
And that's what, you know, the wealthy do with their money. You know, the wealthy use the bank's money.
Yeah.
And they make money off of the bank instead of the bank making money off of them. And we can show you ways to do that.
Yeah, so get in touch with the Biscuit Boy, Paul LeBron.
Let us know. I think my contact information is out there everywhere.
Yeah, we got it all over the streams, and we got a new video to load up too from Brian, and we'll get that out this weekend, and you'll see it. But yeah, give him a call. Let him give me a help. It's a blessing.
And by the way,
and number one thing is, and let us not miss this. It's not about the money. Number one thing is, you care about their soul.
That's exactly right. Jesus Christ is number one first and foremost, because if you don't have a relationship with our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, then we need to get you started down that path. We need to bring you to an understanding of the gospel, because that is the most important thing. Where are you going to spend eternity?
Yeah, because no amount of money is going to help you if you're not
Can't take
prepared
it with
to
you.
go.
I've never seen a hearse pulling a U-Haul.
Yeah.
It don't happen.
I have seen a hearse drop. Well, I didn't see it a lot, but I've seen videos of where they dropped a casket out of the hearse.
Right.
I mean, that was a disruption in the ride.
Yeah.
Can you imagine going to your? I mean, you wouldn't know, you wouldn't care, but they're taking you to your final earthly resting spot, and they have a car wreck.
Oh.
It does happen.
Yeah.
Even though they stop traffic and everything in crazy areas, somebody running through intersections, you know, hits the hearse. That's crazy stuff.
I saw this video of a hearse driver. He's driving down the road and he's singing. He goes, na 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 na, hey hey hey, and then you hear this. He slams the brakes on.
That would creep me out. It's like, whoa, what was that?
Coming from the casket.
Good morning.
How you doing, ladies? Wonderful,
great.
wonderful. Yeah, that would freak me out. That big time, big time.
I've often, you know, they open it up. I just imagine somebody in there race up and say, I'm not
dead.
I'm not dead. I don't have supernatural powers, but I did stay at a Holiday Inn Express.
Yeah, I did stay at a Holiday Inn Express. Yeah. That's hilarious.
Yeah, I've done some funerals, you know, and quite a few, and I'm always. I mean, it's an honor to do it, but it's such a sensitive thing, and I'm always glad when it's over, because I've seen things that almost went off the rails. And I don't want to be attached to something that happened. Yeah. I've seen, I wasn't doing this when I was at a funeral or the visitation, and a lady almost knocked the casket off the holder.
Wow.
Thankfully, the wall was right there, or it would have flipped.
Was she trying to go in it or something?
Well, trying to hug.
Wow.
Kind of a bigger lady.
Wow.
Hit that thing, and my dad and me grabbed it.
To stop it?
Yeah.
Wow.
Because it would have pushed, they're on wheels. It would have pushed that out, and it would have fell down between there.
Wow.
And I was like, I looked at my dad. My dad was like, oh. You know, can you imagine? You know.
No, I can't.
I've seen, you know,
I know that
pallbearers almost go down, slip, you know, going up, because sometimes you're doing them in the rain,
right,
and mud, and you're trying, and you know, you got dress shoes on, and you really need hiking boots. You know, in some of the places you got to go do this,
Oh yeah.
or
yeah,
you trip. Somebody trips. I've
Yeah.
seen that. Everybody else is trying to
Yeah.
hold on.
Just
you know?
about go down. Everybody.
It's nerve wracking. I mean, you're like, can you imagine that memory? I mean, I wouldn't want to be that
Well,
happen.
no. But I've also heard, Dave, that sometimes the muscles can contract after death,
I've heard that too. I heard
and
that
I
clip.
have heard of a body actually sitting up.
Well, when I was born,
I don't know if I believe it or not.
well,
but,
I tell you, I believe it. Well, they clip them now,
Okay.
is what I've heard. So
Okay.
that won't happen. But I can tell you that I know what happened. My mom, when I was born in Rockford,
Right.
it's a weird setup at the hospital. They had like maternity on one end, and at the other end they had regular rooms.
Right.
Well, somebody had went into like an emergency thing. They bring in the crew, the shock troop, and they're working, and they can't save the person, a guy.
Right.
And so they sit. And remember the candy strappers?
Yeah.
That used to be a big thing.
Yeah. My sister was a candy stripper.
Yeah, and I don't know if you got paid. I think you did it for free, but you got experience or something.
You got credit.
You got
For
credit.
school, yeah.
So candy stropper. So they sent this candy stropper in to clean up. I mean, it's there's blood, there's stuff. So
Right.
she's mopping the floor. The body
Sit
raised up and set up in the bed. This is moments after death. Within 10 minutes.
Then she had
She
to
had-
re-clean the floor.
Well, she's mopping. Now this is what happened. My mom heard it.
Wow.
She's mopping, and the corpse is behind her.
Yeah.
She's mopping, and she turns, to get, I guess, near the bed,
Right.
and she is face to face with a corpse, dude.
Oh my goodness.
She let out a scream. My mom heard the scream, and she ran out of there, ran out of that hospital. They never saw her again. Like
Bless
she
her.
just left. It freaked her out so bad. I mean, but that really happened, and that's what they told my mom, because my mom
Wow.
was like, "What happened to that girl?" Because she heard her, and they said, "Well, it's kind of morbid, but this is what happened." And
Would it be assault if you punched a corpse?
Hey,
'Cause if that happened to me, I'd have punched him. I mean, it's just natural reaction. And then I would have cleaned my britches, but that. Wow,
you're killing me.
I couldn't handle that.
What's going on in here? I don't know. He started it.
Exactly, he started it.
It's a valid question, Paul. There used to
Yeah.
be nothing on the books,
Right.
but I think since the in our area anyway, in the crematory morbid disaster that we had around here, the Noble
Yeah, that was.
crematory.
Oh my, that
On
was
the
nationwide,
books,
too,
I think they have now abusive corpse or something that they have, because they couldn't charge him with that because it wasn't on the book, so they charged him with fraud.
yeah. Right. Oh,
200, 300 cases of fraud, whatever it was.
Man, that
because
was
they
terrible.
didn't get the remains back.
Well, they found a bunch of bodies.
They found a bunch of bodies.
My goodness.
We need to do a show. Just
Yeah, we
just on
do.
that.
Yeah, we do. That's Rock Spring, Noble area down that area.
Yeah, and there's some people that I know that went out there and did some work, and there's a lot about that. One of the big players, she's not around anymore, but the sheriff is still the sheriff. He's still the sheriff that was the sheriff then.
Right.
This goes back a long time ago. I mean, what was that, 90s?
Somewhere around in there.
Late 90s or
Yeah.
something like that? I don't remember, but anyway, man, I could not.
It might have been late 80s. Early
What
90s.
what if you punched the guy and he didn't go down? Like,
Oh, that would I'd have hit him again. I mean, but I can't imagine that.
I can't imagine it either, man.
My goodness, that would. I would have probably sounded like her. I'd have let out a little girl scream.
This ain't nice, but I'm going to tell you, there's a lot of weird, people that are involved with death and dying. Not all of them, but there are some. It's like that. It's like police and first responders. They have
Yeah.
They have to have almost a wicked sense of humor to laugh things off because of what they see.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
people don't understand that kind of. And I get it. It's distasteful, but to them,
Have a great day, ladies.
It's just a way they deal with it. So
Right.
I have heard this. I can't prove it happened, but I don't doubt it.
All right.
That, like, say a lady dies,
Yeah.
and they get their favorite hairdresser to come in and do the hair
Yeah.
for them.
Yeah.
I have heard I have heard that there are some. I'm not saying everybody, because I don't want my local folks to think I'm bashing all of them, because I'm not.
Right.
That there are people who have set people up like that the head would move while they're doing the hair as a prank. I've heard that. In this area, I've heard that. I won't name the funeral home that I heard that they did it, but the same kind of response, like they had it set up that the head would somehow move.
See, that's cruel.
And it is cruel, but that's...
But it's funny as all get out too at the same time. Do you know what an you know what an Undertaker's motto is?
I don't have a clue.
I'll be the last one to let you down. That's
hey, Watchman, for you. I'm sorry I can't see the screen real well in the sun, but we got a little shade right now, and I'm. Oh man, Paul's killing me, man. I'll be the last person to let you down.
That's right. The very last person to let you down. Hey guys, we're gonna have to jump off of here.
We gotta go do a video. We're gonna honor some veterans, and
yeah,
this coming week, starting tomorrow. This is kind of the kickoff for it, but our Wolf Nation Live in Studio this coming week.
Yep.
And there may be some. There'll be some that'll be modified because of the holiday season. Paul will be out of town.
I think Thursday's going to be fun.
Thursday will be fun, and we'll have some outdoor topics. Wolf Nation Adventures is everything outdoors, and we'll talk about.
And then some.
I'm gonna come in with some questions about the Appalachian Trail.
Okay.
And hiking in
I've
general.
been on that. Been on the Appalachian Trail.
I want to talk a little bit about that. I got a few questions about it and get people's opinions about stuff that I've been reading about and I've heard people talk about or seen them talk about. And there's some valid questions and stuff I never even thought about. So it would be interesting.
Is there Bigfoot?
Isn't it weird that in that story last night there was even a talk about Bigfoot? If it couldn't get any more crazier, there was a Bigfoot sighting or something that happened in there.
Yep. And that's another thing, folks. We're going on an official Bigfoot hunt.
We are.
And we're gonna find him. We're gonna find Bigfoot.
Was he gonna be smoking a Camel? And
I'm gonna take a couple extra cigars with me.
That's a good question. What cigar or cigarette would a Bigfoot like?
I
mean, would a Bigfoot want the ones that has the little tips on it? They're kind of dainty.
Yeah.
Or would he want a thick stogie?
I'd get him a Monte Cristo. That's what I would take.
I mean, he might not. He may be kind of a rough around the edges kind of Bigfoot. I mean, he may drink.
Well,
he might be popping a beer. I mean, what kind of beer would a Bigfoot drink?
Probably Pabst Blue Ribbon. But have a great day, fellas.
Take care.
Good to see y'all as well.
God bless.
Same to you.
Amen.
I could talk.
But you have the bear den. I mean, maybe there's a Bigfoot den. We just don't know where it's at. And inside, it's like the Bigfoot cave.
Yeah.
So the man cave, it's the Bigfoot cave.
You never know. He might have him a big screen in there.
Well, they go out exploring. They found something. Bring it in. Maybe a little satellite.
You never know.
Going on, little
Starlink. They could have that.
They're in there, and they got the stogies going on and some beer on ice. And
I could talk to one of my Jamaican friends and see if they could roll me a blunt, with some ganja, and see if they partake in that.
Well, you never know. It's a Bigfoot. I mean, there's mystery here. We don't know what a Bigfoot would do.
Yeah, I'm going to take him an ascending financial hat.
That's it,
At least when he's sighted, he'll have that hat on. It'd be good advertising.
Can you imagine the picture that would be? I mean,
that'd be awesome.
I think about that one in Jaws. They had that wasn't the Jaws at first. They found that big shark. They thought they found him.
Right.
And people take those pictures with the sharks and
big
the great
mouth
whites.
open.
Big mouth open and all that.
Yeah.
Would it be like the old West? They would lean the Bigfoot up against like a plank and
in a coffin. They stand the coffin up with it open.
Yeah, stand the coffin up.
Yeah.
Because you're not taking him alive. I don't believe you'd take him alive.
I don't want to have to shoot him. I don't want to have to go hand to hand with him. Obviously, I don't want to get in a measuring contest or anything like that with him. But maybe we could sit down and have a conversation, you know.
Oh my gosh.
I would love to figure out, because they have to communicate some way. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, just Bigfoot talk.
Exactly. Does he
grunt?
What does he say?
Yeah.
You know.
What's up?
How, you know, is there such a thing as Bigfootese? You know.
Oh my
We
gosh.
just have to see. So, anyway, folks, y'all have a blessed rest of your day.
Yeah,
And,
absolutely.
You know, here at Wolf Nation, we have a motto now.
Yeah.
What is our new motto?
Well, the wolf knows.
The wolf knows.
The wolf does know. Well, what does he know? Well, it's a mystery.
Well, come
But
find
he's
out.
all wise. He knows, and
He is all
he
wise.
knows what your adventure should be.
Yep.
I got a new background. It's actually a little animated video
Yeah.
of the wolf in the deep woods. So
Okay.
we'll put that up this weekend. But
Hey, do you know anybody that has a wolf? Anybody out there? Do you know a friend that has a wolf? If you do, we would like to meet him.
That-
My phone ringing.
Paul's got a weird music going on over here. Hey,
Hi.
Watchman Broski, Jake, anybody else is watching, you have a great day out there. I'll be not online, but the rest of the day, but we will be putting up a couple of videos.
Yep.
And in the morning, Sunday morning in the AM, as usual,
Come
between
on, be fed by the word.
8 to 8:30, somewhere in there. We'll try to be on. We get it on as close to 8 as we can. I try to do that, but somewhere around that time, and we'll do about an hour of just praising the Lord.
Amen.
And,
Amen. I might
and
see if
then-
I can jump on there with you tomorrow morning.
well, I'd love it. I need to
I
get
would
you
too.
put in there so you can just pop in. You don't even need a link.
Yep.
And then Sunday evening, I need to do the 2A show. I need to long live the 2A. I need to get back into the gun show, and that's a Rumble
Oh, yeah.
exclusive. But
Yeah.
we may expand it. Who knows? But I want to talk about gun issues and stuff like that,
Yeah.
and we'll talk some news and kind of go from there. But let's watch what say. Bigfoot speaks what? He and smokes backwoods cigars. Cracking me up.
I can see him smoking a backwoods. How you doing today,
Good
ma'am?
morning. Oh
So what kind of language did you say he spoke? I can't see.
no, it's so. I've got to lighten that screen up some more. But
Ebonics.
Ebonics and what was that last part of it? Drinks. Oh,
Malt
Malt
liquor.
oh man. But you know, if you were out in the woods, you know, and you stumbled into this thing,
Yeah.
and they weren't violent with you, and you just sit around on a tree stump or something. I mean,
Staring at each other.
I just wonder how the conversation would go. Like, I mean, do you point and grunt, or
Yeah, I would.
do you offer them a cigar like you got the
Yeah.
Swisher? Do you offer one? You know, and they look
Yeah.
at it, smell it,
Yeah.
throw it back at you. I mean,
Whatever.
I don't know. You know, do you like wave them on like you know?
Carry a bottle of Patron with you. Give him a shot. You know. I don't know if I'd want to be around a drunk Bigfoot. So
I doubt I would.
you know. That wow.
Do they get that like they're looking at each other like like we're fixing to take this guy apart?
How? Yeah. You know. They might be a mean drunk.
I don't know. Having fun on a Saturday, folks. Ain't nothing
Yep.
wrong with some laughter. But you know what? Barring the evidence and the factual evidence, anything's open. You know what? It's to our discretion what we think that interaction might be.
Yep.
And does it look like is it Dog Man? You might not run into Bigfoot. Maybe it's Dog Man or Chupacabra or.
Well, we'll need to take some of those milk bones with us in case we do run into Dog Man.
And hopefully they don't look at you like you're lunch.
Well, that's true.
I mean, what? But it would be an amazing. You do the selfie with them,
Yeah. Yeah, hey, what's up?
Like they don't want to go, but you go, I got to prove, and then everybody
Yeah,
would say you
yeah.
modified the picture.
Right.
But
Would you take a picture of his foot?
I think I would do a panoramic,
Bigfoot.
Bigfoot, yeah.
So,
Do you think that film of Bigfoot that they always show from up the northwest, northwest, you think that's real or fake?
California.
Well, it was not. It wasn't California. Was it Washington, Oregon,
Somewhere
wherever it was at? Everybody back in the 60s,
Gimlin footage or
where
whatever.
the ones walking away. Do you think that's real or fake?
I think it's real, personally.
It's.
I don't see how you could fake the muscle. I mean, they have zoomed in, with the new technology that we have now. They've been able to zoom in and see the muscles moving. And somebody in a suit, you wouldn't see that. I mean, you wouldn't see that.
I mean, it's an amazing shot.
Yeah, it is. And they've also found that same footage. If you look close, she's carrying a baby in front. There's two of them. She's carrying a baby. They saw the baby, and yeah, I don't think you can fake that. I just
Pretty amazing,
especially back in the '60s.
Well, they didn't have some of the things they have today.
They didn't have the technology we have today. Now today, good Lord, AI is getting so realistic, it's crazy.
I know. Yeah, now today it's really hard to see, but
my grandpa used to tell me, don't believe anything you hear and only half of what you see. And I believe he would amend that if he was alive today. Don't believe anything.
Yeah. Well, we got to go. And
hey, folks, always keep ascending.
What's this last one? I'm sorry, I can't see it. It's so dark.
Yeah, I can't see it either.
Sorry, Watchman.
Let's see.
Did you see it?
I think chupacabras are raccoons with no hair. Look up raccoon with no hair.
That's a thought.
What does that say? Horny? Horrified. Something like that. Well, we'll have to do that. I'm sure that, that poor little raccoon be uncomfortable with no hair.
Oh my goodness! You never know which way this show's going to go. I
know.
That's why we love getting on the air together.
Amen.
And look for us this coming week on Thursday.
Yep.
And for the Wolf Nation show, and we'll be talking about. And our coffees are Wolf Nation now. I'm sending the new logo. We've already redone all of our ads.
Right.
But I've got to send it to the coffee people so that we can put it on the packaging, and I'll be doing that this week. But the Wolf Nation coffee is still the same coffee, great coffee, and we'll be drinking it in the studio.
But it is no longer Southern Fried Podcast. We are Southern Fried Patriots.
Yeah, Southern Fried Patriots. And we're still a podcast. We're just Southern Fried Patriots.
We're
SFP.
Patriots, yes.
And all the Cornbread Nation and all the different shows are still there.
Yep.
We just changed a couple things online.
Plus the new ones.
The YouTube is new, and we're always going on the Facebook, but all the rest of them are the same. So moving forward, having fun.
That's the key.
God is good.
Amen.
I had a lot of interest in the sounds, the Southern Fried Soundstage about Def Leppard. Had a lot of interest in that.
Cool.
People comment, and part 3 will be coming up this week. It'll be solely around hysteria and my experiences with that, and a lot about the
one-armed drummer.
Yeah, I talked a lot about that the other night, and we're going to come back up and get that. And I still got to get the history show in. It'll be on General Patrick Claiborne.
I would love to do an interview with Def Leppard's drummer. Because you talk about somebody that overcame adversity.
Amazing guy.
Yes.
Amazing guy. Talented. He still tears up all these years later when he thinks about that night.
Yeah.
He's an overcomer, and he inspires wounded warriors.
That's awesome.
In his way, and think about that. Here's an English guy who lives in America now, and he inspires American troops. I just think that's cool. He's not. I don't know if he ever got his citizenship, but he may have. But he's English. I mean, he's from England.
With God, anything's possible.
But he is a patriotic American.
That's
awesome. It's pretty amazing.
Yep.
They live in tax exile. England takes half or more of what you make, everything.
Yeah.
And so most of the band are tax exiles, as they say, like Elton John, Ozzy was.
Yeah.
But yeah. Hey, have a great day out there. We really do got to go. It's hard to say goodbye.
is,
Parting is such sweet sorrow.
but we have to.
Well, we have to. Well, I have to. Paul says he's very flexible.
I am flexible.
My Saturday is not as flexible, so. But we'll see you soon, and if I can see to even, it's such a glare. There we go. All right, let's get a little music going, and we'll see you soon. Thank you so much for all your support. Give us a like,
Yes.
a follow, a share, all that good stuff. We get new followers all the time, and people are
Appreciate you coming in.
people that are interested in what we're doing, and they like the interviews that we're doing, and I'm looking forward to those things. It's going to
Right.
be really cool. And what's the last thing that we say? You remember?
Always keep ascending.
Keep ascending. I like that. Now if I could find where I am, right there. There we go. All right, hopefully that came on. We'll see you.